In practicality, it's not going to change much. It's a partial victory, so it's obviously a mixed bag of emotions for P.O.W.E.R members, because it might offer some more options to some people, but in reality, 95% of the charges that are laid in terms of prostitution in Canada, and it's true in our city, are communication charges. And this is the section of the criminal code that was upheld today by the judges, by the majority of the judges, because there is definitely a dissent. It was not an unanimous decision. By decriminalizing the option of working from your own home, it might make it possible for some people who weren't already working inside to transition from street to indoors, or actually make it possible for people to not be liable to lose their housing, or maybe work in pair in an apartment or have a workplace. So that's definitely positive in the sense that it does offer more options to people. Again, in practicality, that's not a law that was used often to criminalize sex workers. The one that's mostly used is communication. So that's where the judges were dissenting today for the decision. So some judges believe that by offering that option, most sex workers will transition towards indoor sex work, so there would be no point in not upholding the communication charges. And two other judges are more aligned with P.O.W.E.R's position in the sense that those who could transition inside probably already did, and it leaves sex workers who are not necessarily, do not have the resources to transition, so maybe don't have a house or access to phones or internet, or so really the most marginalized of sex workers. It won't necessarily change anything for them, and these are the people who are being criminalized in Ottawa. It's well researched that indoor work is a lot safer than outdoor work, so for a few, it's definitely good news. In terms of living off the avails, the other section that was struck down, this one also is a positive step because it means that the professional relationships of sex workers are not criminalized anymore. So drivers, bodyguards, other partners with who you work, or even it was so broad the way it was worded before that it was criminalizing family members and partners as well. So in that sense, this is definitely a step in the right direction.